So, Greg Doucette seems to be particularly unhappy with one vegan gains, if anyone should be cancelled. I wonder what he has said. Let's check this out.
Coach Greg, and as you know, I'm not a fan of vegan gains. He often does videos attacking me or other people. Anyone who's not vegan, he seems to have a grudge or more so a hate for those kinds of people.
Do you have a grudge or a hate towards people who hurt and eat dogs unnecessarily? Would you say that that's probably true? You know, vegans have a wider circle of compassion. I don't necessarily hate people. You know, I do hate the act. I will say that if I don't hate the person, I do at least hate the act. Why would anyone be a fan of animal abuse?
And recently, he went too far. Over the top, way too far. He's made several videos about me, but for the most part, I've just ignored him. I mean, after all, what point would it have for me to give him more attention?
And, you know, of course, you don't want to have to think about your eating of animals too much, which is what he's kind of bringing up. You know, when you have animals that you love sharing your home with you, yet you pay for other animals to be put to death for your taste pleasure, when you fully recognise and admit that we don't need to eat animals in order to be fit and healthy and strong. And in fact, your cookbook contains several vegan recipes. So what's going on there, Greg?
But this time, he went after John Meadows only hours after he passed away. I was sent a video from Profit Fear. Vegan Gains insults John Meadows just hours after his death. So I watched the video and I was shocked by what he said. I was thinking, should I do a video or not do a video? And I think that we need to call him out when he does something wrong.
Yeah, I think it's important to call people out when they do something wrong. Of course, we all have a different idea of right and wrong. Some people just extend that as far as we shouldn't do bad things to humans because they're humans and they don't want bad stuff to happen to them. But, you know, just because a different animal, another animal has got 4 legs rather than our 2 legs, you know, do we really need to kill them? Do we really need to put them through absolute terror, like a life of complete misery and then extreme pain, agony? Do we? No, we don't, do we?
He should realize that there's a line where you just can't cross, and that line was crossed. So I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to show you what he said and comment, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me that he's a freaking vegan gains. Enough said, he's a vegan gains. He has his own category. You could say moron, but I don't think that's appropriate. He is vegan gains. So a question was asked. John Meadows famously said saturated fats from animal sources like tallow and ghee are good for health. Is it ironic that he died from heart problems? LMAO.
Well, yeah, that is pretty ironic, isn't it? It's a shame that he believed this complete BS, you know, that animal products are not unhealthy and not the leading cause of death in Westerners. You know, he, from what I knew of John, like he was quite into his, like, you know, muscle building and strength training science. But of course, people like to hear good news about their bad habits. So somehow he was duped and didn't go along with the scientific consensus as he normally would on most things. And he just believed what he wanted to hear, that dead animal flesh is good for you. And what a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame. But yeah, LMAO, like, it's not helping, is it? You know, you're just angering people. You're just insulting them. Like, what if his family are seeing this? Like, what the f***'s wrong with some people? Eating animals is wrong, but being a complete dick to humans, you know, that doesn't make it right just because of, you know, the badness that they were doing. Let's put that out there.
Yeah, well, he's stupid as
Cook! So I understand he was asked the question and he's entitled his own opinion. He could say, yeah, I think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, partially, maybe, I'm not sure. But his choice of words is, yeah, he's as stupid as Cook. What gives Vegan Gains the right to attack someone after he's no longer with us? I mean, it's one thing for him to say this when he's alive, but after he passes away, to attack him like this, to curse in this way, why would he do that? And why choose that kind of language?
Well, quite simply, I just don't think he gives a he's never been on YouTube to make friends, that's for sure, you know. By most people's standards, you know, he's acted quite obnoxiously in many times, and like, here's another example of that. But say what you want about him, some people need a good kick up the arse. Some people need a bit of a shock into reality. Like, you're complaining that he is saying like a guy who's died is stupid. You know, I would have preferred like, oh, that perspective is stupid, that point of view is stupid, based on the overwhelming balance of evidence. But yeah, some people are a bit obnoxious, and that's just how it is. But what's worse, causing death like multiple times a day because of your food choices, or, you know, being unkind about someone who's recently died, like, which is worse? Which is worse? And if you're going to say what Vegan Gains did, swap places with your victims in the slaughterhouse and see how you feel then.
Is there a need to say this? Does he need to say it in this way? Could he not have somewhat of a respect?
Yeah, he could have done it nicer. It's certainly not my way. But loads of people have told me that the way Richard like works has shocked them into veganism. So there is that. Not saying that it's a good thing what he did though, you know, that's, you know, I just think of like others, you know, his family and people, like, do they need to see and hear that?
A little bit.
It's not ironic. It's like, okay. It's like somebody who has heroin addiction telling you, like, they're fine.
It's not like somebody who has a heroin addiction saying they're fine.
I think you've missed the point here, Greg. What he's saying is that the guy was totally in denial. He's eaten masses of animal products, had a heart attack, didn't address like the thing that causes heart attacks, which is eating animals, and he had another heart attack or like whatever happened. Like, surprise, surprise, you know, and that's not trying to be unkind, but yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, he was in denial, like a heroin addict, you know, who's dying from that. Just saying, oh no, I'm fine, they're just carrying on. So I think that's what Richard was saying there.
Just because he consumes animal products doesn't mean it's like being a heroin addict.
Yeah, you're missing the point.
They're not the same thing in the slightest.
It's not ironic.
Not when you take it out of context, what he's saying, no.
It's like, well, no shit, dumbass. That's what happens.
So he says, it's not ironic. He says, it's like no shit. That's what happens. This is just over the top, and it's why people don't like Vegan Gains.
Again, though, I don't think he's on here to win friends. And some people need like the hard truth, and like, eating animals is killing us. I'll whack a study. Sorry, I'm mirrored. I'm not mirrored. I need to be mirrored, but so I'm pointing the wrong way. I'm looking at the screen. Anyway, I digress. I'll put a study there, like 343 peer-reviewed, like top quality studies showing that elevated serum LDL from eating animal products unequivocally causes like heart disease, like raises risk for all-cause mortality. It is what's killing us, and people need to know. They need to be sometimes shocked and get it through their thick heads.
And think of the reputation he's giving to other vegans. Not all vegans are like this. Does Vegan Gains actually think he's benefiting the cause of vegans, of animals, by acting this way? All it does is push people away from the thought of ever going vegan or vegetarian. It doesn't promote or endorse people to be vegan.
Again, I suspect that it's probably not optimal, although we don't have data on it. And some people, many people have gone vegan because of Vegan Gains. You see it, thousands of comments in his comment section. I've had people like personally telling me. So, yeah, and if you're so sure, like, how to promote veganism, why the fuck are you not vegan? You got a fucking pet pig, for God's sake. Turn yourself vegan first and then tell us how to turn everyone else vegan, or lead by example and show us, please.
It doesn't in the slightest. It just angers people, makes them mad, makes them hate you. Why would you choose to do this? Why? It doesn't make
It gets the views.
sense. There's a right way and a wrong way to bring about the message of eating vegan, vegetarian.
Don't lump vegetarians in with vegans. Vegetarians pay for the deaths of baby animals. They chuck day-old chicks in a blender because little boy chicks or like male chicks don't lay eggs, so that's superfluous. So if you're eating eggs, you're basically chucking chicks in a blender. Same with the milk industry. We're shooting baby male calves in the head. Don't lump vegans in with vegetarians, please. Never do that.
And how you choose to go and attack people, even after they passed away, it's wrong.
But paying for killing, paying for animals, like thousands and thousands to pass away, isn't wrong.
The Nation Vibs Cartel.
Bit of a double standard going on.
Cookbook! Coach Greg, I'm the bad one. I'm the bad guy because I drink milk and consume animal products. So I'm a bad person. I'm an animal abuser.
Yeah, you're sort of arguing semantics there. You're trying to make out that you're hard done by. You're trying to like make it look bad on what Vegan Gains is saying. But no, you're not directly an animal abuser, but you are directly paying people to abuse animals, which is just as bad.
Vegan Gains, he calls people cookbook and makes fun of people after they're dead. So the next time Vegan Gains does a video about me and you send it and you say, oh, Vegan Gains tore you apart, he showed you. Remember how he acted towards John Meadows shortly after his death.
Yeah, someone saying words does not excuse your thousands upon thousands of continued animal deaths when you know full well that it's unnecessary. They have feelings just like us. They run from violence, they scream under the knife just like we do. And you keep paying for it. And whatever someone else says does not give you free rein to carry on doing so. Have a heart. Now click this.